So by the time this podcast actually finally hits, the holidays, Thanksgiving specifically, at least for us, at least here in America, will be right around the corner. And definitely for me, I know usually I do bring over some beer to your wonderful home, but I also always think wine.
Yeah.
And we always have the debate, like, what should we have? You know, I try and find something new. You're always trying to find different things. So we're trying to offer suggestions to everybody. And you have something, right? You've kind of come up at least with another option after last week's, which was great.
I hope so.
Last week's Chardonnay that we did, go in the archives at AboutBeverages.com or on YouTube. Check that out. Watch that video. I think that's definitely one to look for.
The Raeburn Chardonnay.
Yeah, but this is another Trader Joe's item, correct?
It is. Well, the Raeburn wasn't, but yes, this is.
Yeah, the Raeburn could be found at Trader Joe's,
Yes.
but you could find it other places. But this got to go to the source.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, so we've got a Platinum Reserve Pinot Noir.
That is correct.
For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the 2019 Platinum Reserve Carneros Pinot Noir from Trader Joe's.
All right. Whew. That is quite a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
And hopefully on the palate, it's also a mouthful.
I was debating, we were talking about bringing something over last week while we were on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we are most Thursday nights. We were talking about me bringing something over that maybe was, not a super expensive one, something, but also not like, a really like super value wine. And I was debating going back and forth between the Carneros Grand Reserve Pinot Noir, which is a couple dollars cheaper than this, but I've always loved it. It's got a classic California Pinot Noir taste. But then this had come in, and we don't often get Pinot Noirs under the Platinum Reserve, which is the highest, well, pretty much the highest that you can get at Trader Joe's. And they feel that these wines under the label of the winery would sell, for in the $25, $30, $40 range. So,
okay.
But I thought, well, one of the reasons why I picked this one is because, you were able to find the graphics easily.
Which I appreciate.
And it was
like
so close.
ton.
That just pushed it over the decision over the edge.
If it was a $10 difference, I'll do the work. But yeah, it sounded like it was only. I don't know the exact price, but it was a couple dollars difference, like you said.
Yeah, and like I said, I was debating between the two, and I was like, okay, well, that clinched it.
And let's just get right to the top, because we were talking about, when you do usually if you're going over to someone's house, especially for a dinner or a holiday get together or something like that, you go a little bit more with your budget. And so that's, like I said, kind of what you've been doing the last few weeks in trying a few more of these, which like I said, again, I appreciate that. Color wise, it's nice, and obviously the clarity is good. Just kind of a nice little red, kind of burgundy kind of color. Yeah.
And it is that lighter kind of, you get with the classic Pinot or California Pinot style. You can kind of not see through it easily, but you can.
No, it's you
can see through it, and and that's that lighter body. There are darker styles of Pinot Noir, but this is not that style.
Once I finish this, I can say that I can see clearly now. The Pinot's gone.
The Pinot's gone. That's right.
But we haven't gotten there yet. Let's do the aroma.
Yes.
Ooh, that is raspberry jam. Sorry, I could not wait. That just jumped out. That is really jammy. That is raspberry, preserves actually, raspberry or strawberry preserves. Nice little sweetness in there. Some other like black currant as well, some darker fruit. That smells really good.
Yeah, for us to go right into that.
Sorry, I couldn't.
You were overwhelmed. No, that's good.
The aroma just hit me right away.
That's good.
What are you thinking on that?
Well, I wanted to give mine a little swirl there to release some of the aromas there.
That might be. I'm glad I didn't swirl. It would have been too much. I would have just passed out and fallen to the ground. God.
Yeah, definitely has the raspberry, but which would be a high kind of a note. But then there's a little bit of something darker, maybe like a black raspberry, bringing that.
And a little
bringing that in,
and a little bit of light sweetness in there, but that smells awesome. It does not smell like a Pinot that I've had in a very. I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since before. No, it seems like it's. I have not smelled a Pinot Noir like that in a long time. Okay, this is very promising.
Bars up here now.
It kind of is well, let's go. Let's see.
Get a little bit of the alcohol. I don't know what the alcohol content is, but I think there's a little bit in there.
Yeah.
That I think will dissipate if it open. We opened this just before we came in and began to podcast, so it hasn't been open for too long. Obviously, it's getting a chance to decant here in these glasses, but There's a little bit of that, but I do get that raspberry is still there. It's not as heavy for me as it was in the aroma.
I would agree.
It's on the lighter side, and like I said, there's a little bit of heat I think that's taking away from some of the other things going on in there. So it probably just needs a little time.
Yeah, for me, the taste has flipped a little bit. I'm getting more of the darker fruit, like either more toward the black raspberry or toward like either a black currant. There's some darker fruit notes in there, maybe even a little bit of like a dark chocolate or a semi-sweet chocolate. There's something that's a little bit has like that kind of fruit tinge to it that's kind of has a weight to it. A little bit of alcohol. I get some of the raspberry preserve at the back. I wish I got a little bit more of that than the taste. But this is still really has some good complexity and matches similar to what I got in the aroma. The aroma for me is like it was, like you said, it's up here, and the taste is kind of just down here, just like a little bit. But this is excellent. This is still really good.
But I think what I look for, like in Carneros Pinots and this style, I like when you get some of those cola-y notes that come out in there.
Okay.
This doesn't quite have any of those. I think they might be there, and they might not be, even when that heat dissipates. But no, it's very good.
Yeah. So this is the top of the top.
Well, yeah. I mean, except for the one time we had the diamond, which was $20.
Okay. So is this like 16?
This is 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah, 15.
I mean, I think for what is in here, I think for 15, like especially for a Pinot Noir, like this is, because usually Pinots, at least for me, the ones that I wind up liking, like if it's under 20, I'm kind of happy. Like, like there are some that I have but if I'm really gonna be like, oh, this one's really good and one that I can recommend, usually that's kind of where it starts out at, and then it's usually more the 20 to 30 range, if not a little more of stuff that has, the real complexity to it and character. But this is, like I said, this is I can definitely see how an actual winery, if they put their label on it, this would probably be a $25 bottle.
Right.
And I think the flavors there justify that for the most part. But yeah, if you're finding this for 15, if that's something you wanted to bring to it, I would think most people will be pretty happy with this. And it'll be interesting as we, like I said, it won't make it as part of this podcast, but if you go watch the full archive on YouTube that we have up there, we'll probably sit with this for a little bit and see if some more of those notes come out. So that's always kind of the fun behind the scenes stuff that you get when you're hanging out
when you watch,
for the live show.
Hang out with us.
And if you aren't able to do that or don't want to use YouTube for some reason, which I don't know who doesn't use YouTube, I don't think that's possible. We do have a website, AboutBeverages.com. It's a great place you can go because it's got everything that we have ever done. For more than a decade, we have been doing podcasts and recipes and videos and stories and all kinds of things. So definitely go check that out if you are interested. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, all of those things are available to you. If there is a favorite podcast app that you use, just search for About Beverages. We are probably there. And if we're not, let us know. And we'll try and make it so.
So we can be there.
Yeah, we'll try and Jean-Luc Picard it, and we'll make it so. But we also have some social media things. We got some...
what do we call them? Pillars.
Pillars, that's right.
The pillars of social media.
Columns.
Columns, yes. Pillars and columns.
Phil Collins?
Phil Collins?
That was when he did his Live from Rome appearance?
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Or pillars, as we do say. Which are Instagram... TikTok and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date with what's happening at About Beverages. Like earlier tonight when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which is what we do most Thursday evenings at 5:30 Mountain time. 4:30 Pacific. 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 East Eastern. Coast. Yes, there's it all changed, so we're getting used to that now. Yep. So, come hang out with us on Thursday evenings. We try some beverages. We talk about whatever happens to come up: news, current events, stories. How was your week? All that kind of stuff. But yeah, follow us on Twitter. I forgot too, because throughout the week, Andrew let you know what game he's going to be playing.
Oh, that's true. That's why true. Twitter's good too. I almost forgot too.
Yeah, I know it totally. I was like, wait a minute. There's something else.
There's another piece.
That's right.
There's another layer to this pie.
More days of the week. You're doing that. He'll let you know what he's going to be playing and what he's going to be enjoying while he's doing that. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.